Alright, let's go. This is how to reduce your carbon emissions. There's plenty of ways how to do this. I'm going to start off with saying I already made this video, but I wanted to revamp it. I have a couple things to add, and I want to expand on some of these things, why they are, how they make your life more sustainable. So here we go. The number one way is, of course, like, this is proven, this has been studied by Kip Anderson. He created the documentary Cowspiracy. Cowspiracy is purely about the environment. There's no graphic imagery, but it is on Netflix. There's probably other ways you can watch it. He goes around and talks to a bunch of farmers, and there's even one called Seaspiracy about how we not only affect the planet, but we affect the ocean, which is 70% of the planet. But yeah, it's the number one way you can reduce your carbon emissions, which means eating no animal products or not using products tested on animals. The foods we avoid are flesh, dairy, eggs, honey, and gelatin. Now, flesh, that's obviously meat or animals' dead bodies, whatever you want to call it, any kind. Dairy is another euphemism for cow's milk. I don't know if that's the right word, euphemism. No, it's just, yeah, it's cow's milk. It contains estrogen. It contains cholesterol, just like meat does. They're both carcinogenic. They both have a bunch of saturated fats, antibiotic resistance. But yeah, it's meant for a baby cow. So when you buy cow's milk, you rip families apart. You are supporting the farmer taking a baby cow away from their mother. If the cow is a male, he is shot for veal. If the cow is female, she has the same fate as her mother, which is to be milked forever and ever and impregnated multiple times until she is, like, pretty much worn out for slaughter. And yeah, so eggs also, I think, they're the worst one. 160 milligrams of cholesterol. They kill the male chicks because they are useless to the industry. 1 billion male chicks a year are killed. 300 million chicks just in the USA alone. Altogether, 80 billion land animals are slaughtered once a year, and 1 to 2 trillion marine animals are slaughtered. Or you want to use the word murder, I don't care if they're not humans, you're still taking their life away. And guess what? They all feel the pain every single time. I don't care how sustainably, how good of a life they had. If you're taking their life away, that's not a good life. Also, I just said, yeah, they do feel pain. Even if they don't feel pain, it is not right to take someone else's existence away. Because, like, what if you euthanized humans? Like, it's still not right, okay? I mean, yeah. So what I eat is beans, tofu, rice, seeds, nuts, plant milk. There's plenty of plant milks. There's hemp, rice, oat, almond, coconut, soy milk. And no, soy does not have estrogen. That's cow's milk, like I said. Soy has phytoestrogens that come from plants, but they have studied it, and soy is completely healthy for all stages of life. Infants, kids, toddlers, adults, old people. It is fine to consume soy unless you are allergic. So, yeah. There's also fake meat alternatives. Sorry, don't be turned off by the word fake. They are proven to be healthier than real meat. Some people don't think that seed oils are healthy. So far, I haven't come across any research that says seed oils are unhealthy. I mean, some people give up seed oils and they feel better. Seed oils are inflammatory, which means you feel a little fuller, but I can't find anything without seed oils. I would have to make all my own food if I were to give up seed oils. So, I'm not doing that quite yet. I just don't think they're unhealthy. If you have proof that seed oils are unhealthy, please send me that stuff. And I will link Cowspiracy in the documents below. What's her name? I'm dog watching right now. What's your name? Maggie. Come here. Come here, babe. Sit the fuck down. Sit. You're a good girl. Sit down. Sit down. Okay, whatever. Anyways, the next way... Oh, I didn't explain. Okay, so honey. Honey is from bees. They artificially inseminate the queen. They literally jerk off, like, the worker bees. And this might not be every single honey farm, but a lot of them are completely unethical when they can't produce enough honey in winter, or if they get sick, they gas them to death. So, or they pour petroleum gas on them. So, yeah, when you buy honey, it is not helping the bees. Let me fucking repeat that right now. When you buy honey, it's not helping bees. If you want to help bees, you boycott honey and beeswax, okay? Also, it's not healthy. It's literally just sugar, and it's, like, it can also help with causing diabetes. So, yeah, the health gimmick is bullshit. Gelatin is not very, like, an often thing. Gelatin is animal bones, usually in candy or gum. It's not in everything, though. Whey protein, that's milk. If you don't know what whey protein is, do not consume that. Let's see, lard, that's not in a lot of things, but that's pig fat, so don't buy anything with that. That's also just not healthy. So, yeah, meat, eggs, dairy, honey, gelatin, off the list. If you care about animals, then align your actions with your values. Because if you don't, you just like pets. Next way you can reduce your carbon emissions is buy organic. This might be more expensive, but I think it's crazy that they use pesticides and make that cheaper, but buying, like, organic without using pesticides is more expensive. They do use pesticides in organic, but they're natural pesticides. So there's that one. The next one is recycle. That one's pretty simple to explain. You have a recycling bin or take it somewhere. I take it somewhere in Des Moines because I live in an apartment. I know, a little bit less convenient for me, but I've honestly just gotten used to it. I just have, like, a huge sack that I take. I think it's called International Paper Company. They recycle glass, metal, and plastic. So a lot of other people take their stuff there too. When I go there, it's like a garage sort of, and it's just, like, filled with stuff. Get a water bottle, and please buy a water bottle that is not made of plastic. And no, I don't mean, like, buy single-use water bottles. If you do that, that's kind of crazy. Some people do that because they don't like the taste of their water, and I'm just like, wow, weak. This is from Tree Tribe. TreeTribeCompany.com. Or, I don't know what the website is, but I'll link that below, too. It is, let's see, BPA free. If you don't know what that is, that's literally a chemical. That is in plastic that leaches into your food. This lid is also made of bamboo. But the company plants 25 trees for every purchase. They don't just have water bottles, they have, like, all different colors of water bottles. They're pretty much all the same looking like that, but, and this is 34 ounces. They have a smaller one, too. I think they have clothes too, but that's the only thing I bought from them. And then, yeah, I planted 25 trees somewhere in the world. So the reason that reduces your carbon emissions is because, well, first of all, you're not buying plastic. And if you do, okay, this is a lot more expensive. But if you're gonna buy water bottles because you don't like the taste of your water, I would suggest at least try these out once. Box water is better. This is plant-based plastic. It's compostable, recyclable. I'm not composting it because I'm gonna recycle it. Also, I'm really lazy. Everyone knows this one, which is reduce your water usage, which is that comes with being vegan. You use a lot less water than a non-vegan does because you're watering plants to feed to animals. Instead, you're just watering plants to feed directly to you. But yeah, like when you're running your faucet or taking a bath, take a shower instead. Stuff like that. Just use less water when you can. That is a good way to reduce your water usage and effect on the planet. So this one's a lot harder to do, but it is possible. There are people that call themselves zero waste who don't use plastic. So if you can, buy less plastic if possible. Plastic is so bad for our bodies. Like, disregard the environment, but it's so bad for our bodies. Like I said, PFAs, BPA, forever chemicals in our food. That is a real thing, guys. So, I mean, hope I'm not scaring you, but so even like aluminum cans have plastic lining. So if you can get something in paper, that's the best option. But we do what we can, or some of us do. Stop using Amazon, bro. Like, if you need something, bro, use like any other website. I like using Etsy. I use Mercari. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's a used shop. Like, you're buying from an individual instead of a shop or a corporation. Etsy is also buying from an individual. They even have, like, you can round up and it will donate to individual, like, independent stores, so local businesses, basically. Even buy local. Like, I am so excited for the farmer's market next year. That is my shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, I love it. So yeah, buy local. That's good. For the planet, you know, less like traveling to your destination. When you buy clothes, or let's say furniture, for example, thrift. Thrifting is a great way to do it. It's pretty, like, it's cheaper. This was thrifted. This is a crop top. Like, that's pretty much. My friend bought me this, but I was at the vegetarian cafe one day, I think during summer. And yeah, it was $5. A bunch of local people, like local businesses, were at her shop. Yeah, I was like, this is cute and I need it. I try not to shop that much, though, I promise, bro. Like, I know, like, just shopping in general, like, over shopping, overusing, not good. But, depends what you're buying as well. So, this is, like, a bit more, I'm not sure if this really affects your carbon footprint, but please stop buying things like Nike, Adidas, freaking H&M. There's a bunch more, but they use sweatshops. So if you don't know what a sweatshop is, like, people gotta piss in bottles. They get $1 a day type thing, and usually this is in other countries. There are sweatshops in the U.S., however, and yeah, it's just not ethical. So like, buy fair trade if you can. Um, this one's a little bit more controversial. They are not emissionless. Just remember, electric cars are not emissionless, but they do release less emissions than gas cars. And if you can't afford an electric car, which is probably most of you or most people, just drive less. Buy the gas that's ethanol free. I forgot what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. Get a hybrid. So also, electric cars are not perfect yet because the batteries aren't really all that recyclable, and the cobalt is mined by children. But I mean, gas cars aren't even all the way perfect yet either. So like, if you have any home goods like makeup, Tupperware, hygiene products, try to find eco-friendly swaps. So what I mean is hemp or bamboo based. You can find these online. It's really, sometimes it's more expensive, but sometimes it's not. Like this, I think I paid for the bottle and shipping, and I think I only paid $25. I have a bamboo toothbrush, I have a bamboo hairbrush, I have bamboo floss, I have a bamboo Tupperware little container, I have bamboo chapstick, oh, and a bamboo toilet brush. I think that's all I have. So, but they have a bunch of stuff. I'll put a link for that in the bottom, the description. Composting, and this ties into gardening, because if you don't garden, then it doesn't. I mean, you probably don't care, but you can compost and give it to someone else. But anyway, so composting goes with gardening. Gardening, obviously, you know what that is. You're planting a seed, taking carbon out of the air, feeding yourself, potentially, unless it's a flower. I mean, you can eat flowers, but they are for looks. So I actually think I heard that kale is still like growable in winter, so I'm gonna try to plant kale. The way it ties in together is compost. If you don't know what that is, you use old food scraps, you put in some dirt with it. There's like more specific methods of doing it online. I'll put that in the description. But you basically are reusing that food waste, and it will turn into fertilizer. Then you can use that for your garden or your plants, which I have a balcony, but you can still like fit a bunch of plants on your balcony. So it ties in together. There's also a thing that, like, I don't think all cities do this, or definitely not towns, but the city I live in, I think you have to pay for it, but you can have they'll send you a yard waste bag, and then you fill it up, and then you just give it to them, and then they'll probably use it. I don't know where they use it. That'd be a good thing for me to look into, but yeah, so I can pay for a compost thing, or you can get a compost bin of your own. Use some container that you have already. But yeah, you can also use worms, but you just really need dirt and food waste, which would be like fruit skin, um, stuff like that. Old coffee grounds, moldy bread that you need to throw out. um, but yeah, the second one I was gonna go with was gardening. Like, you're taking carbon out of the air. You can literally eat that plant once it's done growing, which like seeds are so cheap, so that's like pretty much free for you to do. You don't need to go and buy food that came from another location, or that was sent to you. So that is like a very eco-friendly way of living, is eating the food that you grow. So, or give it to someone else, or compost it. Do whatever you want with your plants. Ecosia. Every app store or Play Store has the app Ecosia. It is a free browsing app. I have it on my computer as well. Every 50 searches, they plant a tree. I will say it's not the same as Google, but it's still... so they have this new feature, an AI bot, which basically they can... Can you shut up? If you can't find what you're searching for, you can chat with the AI bot and they will help you out tremendously. So, I think on my phone, let's see, on Ecosia, I don't know how long I've had it, but I have 47 trees planted, and on my computer I have 6. This one is only on Androids, the Play Store, but if you can jailbreak your phone to use apps from another, let's say you have an iPhone and you jailbreak your phone, you can get apps that are on the Play Store. I use Tree Card. Let's see if I have a tree to plant. Tree Card is a app that plants a tree every 10,000 steps you walk. It will even tell you how much, or it'll tell you where you've planted your trees and how many you have. So I just planted one. Right now I have 142. It will tell you how you've reduced your carbon emissions. So, let's see. How does it work? I also connected my debit card. So when I buy something that's listed on this app as an eco-friendly brand, it will, every so many purchases, it will plant a tree. I think this is where it is. Discover your personal impact report. Guys, this is a real thing. I do not care if you don't believe me. I've actually done a lot. So anyways, trees planted, 114. That's so far. They haven't planted the rest. Area covered, 0.4 acres. 392.2 king-size beds, 68.4 parking spaces, 17.1 apartments, 0.3 football fields. Carbon absorbed, 285,000 miles in a car. I don't even have that many miles on my own car. 228 barrels of oil. And there's also an option to, you have to spend points. Every tree you plant, you spend points. Ocean plastic bottles removed, 50. Adopt an animal. You don't get the animal yourself, but you can, you spend points, and then I'm assuming a sanctuary adopts the animal. I've adopted one whale. Whales are so precious. Anyways. But yeah, that app is so cute. They also give you rewards if you spend points, so you can get discounts on eco stores. So yeah, Ecosia and tree card. Um, Sorry if this is like a little bit glitchy. I'm on my laptop, and it is an old laptop, but reduce, reuse, recycle. Used cloth instead of used cloth instead of single-use paper towels, or you can even get like cloth tissues. But yeah, this is like that can even reduce the way you like how much you're spending. So I have something to add. Yeah, that'll reduce the way you're spending. But anyways, y'all gonna be offended by this one, but please stop smoking and drinking. It is bad for you and it's bad for the planet. Weed is a different story. You can smoke all you want. I don't give a fuck. I want to quit weed. I want to quit doing all that stuff. I only do... Never mind, it's illegal. I'm not saying it, but, I'm just kidding. Smoking, you're literally, like, blowing up the fucking... reducing, like... You're producing CO2. And it's so bad for your lungs. Obviously there's, farming. What is it called? Tobacco farming. That is a whole thing on its own, and some people don't realize they have an effect. Like, when you buy something, you make somebody go to work. You make a product continue its production. Alcohol is so much worse, though. Like, forget lighting something on fire. Alcohol destroys ecosystems. So, stop drinking. Avoid palm oil. This one is so important. Palm oil puts orangutans out of their natural habitats. Also, if you're gonna use palm oil, which is in a lot of things, not a lot, but it's like half of the things, buy the organic, sustainably sourced palm oil. It's not necessarily healthy anyways. Most of what I buy doesn't even have the organic palm oil, so yeah. Get a reusable straw. Look at this. I had vegan hot chocolate. But anyways, yeah, this is a glass straw. Yes, okay, glass straw, silicone straw, they're both not biodegradable. Metal straw, they are still reusable. So you're not like... I don't even know if people actually buy plastic straws for their home, but why? Why would you? And you can bring it to restaurants type thing. If you buy batteries, which most people do, buy not the recyclable, well, yes, recyclable kind, but buy the rechargeable kind so you can use them forever and ever. And then, last but not least, I don't know, some people might think this is weird. I have a reusable, pad. It, sticks in your underwear, right? It's a pad. You just rewash it over and over again. And you're not buying new fucking pads forever and ever. Also, Tampax literally tests on animals. If you want to actually give up products that are tested on animals, I'll put a link in the description for that too. But I'll put a link for a bunch of companies that do test on animals. There's also an app it's on App Store and Play Store. But it is called Bunny Free. So PETA created this app. And it's literally just... It has a bunch of brands on there, whether they test on animals or not, and you will just search up that brand, and it'll tell you if they're cruelty-free or not. So, yeah, if you can think of any other ways to reduce your carbon emissions, let me know. if you don't believe in climate change, do not leave freaking nasty comments because I will disregard them. I don't care about people's opinions. Facts don't care about your feelings. Like it's very important. We have like it's it's starting to get bad. Like it's starting to have an effect, and it's not like okay, like for example, there's the wildfires. And then we have Donald Trump, who is a huge, famous person denying climate change and denying scientists' studies over the last. I don't know how long they've been studying it, but climate change has been. It's been talked about for a while now. It's just not. It's not a new thing. They. Yeah, that shit's studied. Um, uh, but oh, wildfires. So there's also like floods, um, storms, wind, and yes, these things happen all the time. But they're starting to happen a lot more often. Not necessarily in America, but all around the world. Tsunamis, whatever it may be. So there is proof of this being a real thing. So I want. So just like when you see articles against climate change or whatever the fuck Donald Trump said, take that shit with a grain of salt. Do your own research. You know, look at our earth around us. We got like landfills that are covering the planet, and one day we could be buried in garbage. You know, the animal agriculture thing, it takes up 23% of the planet. The rest of the planet is 70% water. So that gives us, what, 7% for landfills, businesses, houses, and forests and whatnot. Rivers. We got 7% of the earth to roam free. I mean, we could, like, trespass on farms. We could, you know, have fun in the ocean. Not really. I mean, like, think about all the plastic in the ocean. 50% of it is from commercial fishing. So they also, this is the last one I got, but they also say that taking trains instead of flying in a plane is better. If you absolutely need to do either of those things, take a train. So yeah, that's basically all I have for you. Sorry if you're offended that someone cares about the planet. Sorry if you're offended that someone cares about animals. It's a real thing. Animal death is a real thing. You know, there's going to be more species that are wiped out. I'm going to start hating humans even more and struggling how to communicate with them. Like, it's really not okay not to be vegan, but that's a whole nother thing. I basically explained why it's not, so I mean, at least be vegan. At least, I mean, even if you don't care about the environment, care about the sentient creatures that you're slaughtering every time you eat. So yeah, just do everything you can to take care of the planet. So bye.